Lance Parsons, who's going to talk about everything that's coming up in this year and beyond. And you'll also hear from Mark Perkins and John Blair, all things footy with those boys. I'll talk about the recruiting and what's happened to get to where we are. And John might talk a bit about what he expects from the season. I'd like to welcome tonight, it is an invited guest list tonight, and I'd like to welcome members of the board tonight, our associated sponsors, which I will name in just one moment, members from our Life Members Group, members from our Old Boys, our NEFL Leadership Group, our Masters players or members from, very important, we're very proud, members from our female team, which is over with Sonia and the ladies over there, our inaugural ladies female team, Colts, Social Club, and representation for our Drifters, which are our junior supporters club. So thank you everybody for attending. It is an important year for us, an important moment. I'd like to now move into naming our sponsors, and it is informal, but our 2016 corporate partnership sponsor is Ray White. Now this is the third year that Ray White will be as part of that sponsorship, and I believe Robert is involved here. Thank you, Robert. Thank you for attending. Thank you for association with the Hornets. It's been long standing and we certainly hope that it continues. We also have platinum sponsors for 2016, which are SRJ, and I know Sean Reeves is here, he's a representative of that company. And Rico Business Centre are also one of our platinum sponsors for the year. Our 2016 corporate partners are Elite Body Management and Club Coots, and Revelry Entertainment, and I know Trent and Matt are up the back. Thanks for attending, guys. Great to see you here. Our gold sponsors for 2016, I'd like to welcome a new sponsor this year, 4 and 20, and I believe Tim is here. Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Welcome aboard. And Harvey Norman Aspley once again take out a gold sponsorship. Our minor sponsors for the year are Alpha Sport, Elastoplast, TJ Cleaning Services, North Brisbane Pool Care, thank you Dwayne, I know you're here, good to see you, Coca-Cola, Rotary Constructions, National Australia Bank, Just Dental, and Luke Howard, our federal member for Petrie. So I'd just like to give all our sponsors a warm welcome and thank you for supporting the club, and welcome to 2016.
We have between 460 and 500 juniors ranging from under 6s to under 17s every year, which is a huge effort. I think we had about 470, 480 last year, hoping to go a little bit higher this year, obviously with the introduction of the girls under 13s and under 15s teams, and Glenn stole my thunder a little bit early, but obviously it's great for the club to now tap into the juniors from a girls' perspective, and obviously the women, which I'll touch on shortly. So our junior program, we're obviously looking forward to our juniors supplying all our senior teams, our Colts, our QFA and our NEFL team with quality senior players over the years as they've done in the past, and obviously our junior program is highly regarded in the community, so we hope that it will continue. Our senior program obviously starts with our Colts under 19s. This year be coached by Peter Goldner. I think Pete's here yet. He got stuck in traffic, but he'll be here. He's on his way. He's on his way. We obviously like to thank Pete for putting his hand up and taking on the Colts. Obviously our Colts won the premiership last year under Darren Payne. A terrific effort, and once again we're looking for our Colts to give us some really good stability from a senior perspective and pushing our Colts players into our QFA. Our senior program also with our QFA seniors reserves headed up by Brent Evans. Evo, where are you, mate? I know you're there somewhere. Evo, Brent Evans is our senior coach for the second year. Yeah, big round of applause for Evo. I think it'd be fair to say Evo would acknowledge that last year was a bit tough in terms of injuries and unavailability from players that we had at the start of the year, especially the Army boys. We're pretty confident with a bit more stability and a little bit of luck in terms of our injuries that the boys will have a terrific year, and we really think we're on the verge of our QFA team taking the next step. I think they're very similar to what our NEFL team was about 6 years ago, and we're pretty confident once they get over the hump they'll be a powerhouse in the QFA competition. So to Brent, to you, all the best for the season, and we look forward to a great year. Our reserve grade coach is Darren Payne. Darren coached our Colts last year to a premiership. Part of the rationale behind that was obviously getting another good coach into our QFA, but to help with the transition from our under-19s through to our QFA team. one of the challenges we have of many is to get that player from under 19s to move up into senior football, and certainly from under 17s up to 19. Conway and Jono Freeman were drafted to the Lions. In 2014, Harris Andrews and Liam Dawson went to the Lions. And I think we've got Harris Andrews' dad here somewhere. There, he's over there. He used to be called Wayne, but we've changed his name to Harris's dad. So if you get a chance to say hello to him, I'm sure you'll appreciate that, won't you, Harris's dad? Thanks. 2015, Josh Wagner, Corey Wagner. Josh went to Melbourne, who's actually playing his first game for the Demons on Saturday, which is, you know, horrible to see him go from a selfish point of view, but the other side of it, you know, it's great to see some of our boys drafted. So hopefully Josh had a great game on Saturday. Corey played his first game with the Kangaroos last weekend, did really well, and Marvio Chol got drafted to Richmond. So as you, and Eric Hipwood, as well went to the Lions. So as you can see, over the last 4 years, we've had 9 players drafted into the AFL, which is a huge effort considering that only 8 years ago, we were a second division side here in the State League. And so I think we've come a long way in about 6 or 7 years. Last but not least, I just want to take the opportunity to thank obviously the board, current board and past board, for continually supporting the football department, both financially and just from a moral support. Obviously without the support from the board we wouldn't be up here and we wouldn't be having the success we have, not only at NEFA level, they've been able to provide a really good avenue for the kids to come through, from Colts to QFA to now women's. You know, we are a special...
I think the biggest thing that really comes out of the club and places like tonight is what you do for the community. I don't think the average person appreciates how hard people work at clubs like this and the improvements that they make to society in general. You know, it's just amazing to think that there's 500 young people running around here that if they didn't have this as their second home or as their main home in some cases sometimes, that they'd probably be smuggling up things around their district, you know, smashing up phone booths, get themselves full of drugs, get themselves full of alcohol and getting into trouble. So I think it's, you know, the value of the club can never be underestimated, and it's tremendous to you know, turn up here and see some junior games at times. I don't get out here that often because of the way the draws work, but you know, it's fantastic to see the level of intensity that the kids bring and what they bring to the club and how they support it. But I think it's really important that from the board right down that we continue to support those kids and you know, bring through a very strong and healthy local community. So to the board on that behalf, you know, thanks very much.